Hi, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
I just feel being here right now. The show's about to premiere and the world's about to see it.
I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's so awesome to do it with friends. So it's a really great time.
It takes a lot of vulnerability to put yourself out like that, especially on a TV show that America's going to see. Can you talk us about like your decision and what made you want to say yes to the show?
Yeah, I mean, I really trusted the directors and the producers and the network. And I was at home. We were in the middle of COVID kind of. And I was like, I'm single. Why not try it? And it was one of the greatest decisions I've made. So it's really awesome.
Do you believe in Icks?
Of course. I
What
believe
are,
in it.
what are some of yours?
Too much ego. Not willing to learn, not willing to evolve with a person, not being open to uniqueness. Like I don't want to just date someone who's a reflection of me or someone who can't accept me for who I am. So we see a lot of that on the show.
Love that. And you got to travel the country for the show, different cities in America. How is that different than the dating scene in New York?
Oh my gosh, New York is such a huge city, right? And so we dated in small towns and kind of big towns, and it was so different. Ultimately, I met so many incredible people, but it was so nice to go home and date and like meet people in a different way and really see like we're all just trying to find our person, and that's a challenge, no matter where you're at.
Did you learn anything about yourself while doing this whole experience?
Yeah, I think I learned that I'm awesome how I am, and I don't need to put myself in a box. And it's okay to have fun in dating, and it's okay to like need things from people. I think that's the biggest thing I learned.
And reality dating shows are, you probably know, very heteronormative.
Yeah.
But what's it say about this show that it's two of the four leads are queer? And how cool is it to be a part of something like that?
That's amazing to be on a show that celebrates queerness and celebrates, me being a black queer as well. I think that was so awesome just to be who I am and to experience new people in that light.
And it's Pride Month. What are some things that you wish you would see more of during Pride Month, and some things you want to see less of during Pride Month?
Yeah, I think celebrating queer stories. And I would love to see less of brands like taking advantage of queerness just for the sake of that month and not really sticking with the community throughout the year. As a marketer myself, I think I hate to see that. Just like it's queer month, like we're queer forever, so let's celebrate us all the time.
I feel really happy. I'm so excited. This has been a 2.5 year process, and so we're really excited to just be, being able to see the second half of it and to see it and like present it to the world. I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
And I'm sure it takes a lot of vulnerability and bravery to put yourself out there, especially in a show that's probably going to be seen by like tons and tons of people. So can you talk about that process of decision making? Like what made you want to say yes, and ultimately what made you want to be part of this show?
Well, ultimately, I think the thing that pushed me to say yes was the rest of my castmates who I met. We've had a very natural connection towards each other immediately, and our friendship just continued to grow throughout the entire filming process, and it was fabulous.
And how cool is it? Because two of the four leads are queer people, and three of the four leads are people of color. So what's it like to be part of like an inclusive project like this? Because I'm sure you've seen reality dating TV could be very, very white, very heteronormative. So how cool is it to be a part of a project like that?
It's very cool because I feel like this group is a really accurate representation of what my friends look like in real life, and so I was happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be a Korean Barbie on screen.
Period. Do you believe in Icks?
Yes.
What are some of your Icks?
Costumes.
Sorry, cosplayer.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I get it, girl.
It really, it gives me a really big ick. Also, like picky eaters, don't do that. Just eat it.
What are some of your green flags?
Green flags, a sense of humor. Obviously, I laugh at everything. If you can't make me laugh, you're fucked. Oh, sorry. Also, what's a green flag? Surprise flowers for no reason. Just being sweet and like doing nice things.
And you got to travel the country. Well, how was that experience like, especially compared to the New York dating scene? And did you prefer one over the other?
Well, when we were filming, I was really ready to give the city a break and give it a moment. So for me, I was just thrilled to be outside of the city for those 2.5 months that we were filming. Miami was our second stop, and I always love Miami. Miami's always a good idea. So that was probably my favorite just because I knew what to expect, and Miami's consistent. It's always what you want it to be.
And for the little miss singles like me out there, what advice do you have to our people who are still looking for love, who don't want to give up?
Go outside. Yeah, and give it a break. Like sometimes when dating gets really hard and it gets, it can make you really sad. And once you feel that, just listen to that and give it a break, and then jump back in when you're ready. It should be fun. Dating should be fun.
So, how's it feel being here? The show's about to be put into the world, and how are you feeling in this moment?
I'm definitely super excited but anxious. It does feel like there's a part of me that I've known about for almost 2 years now that's finally going to be known by the public, so I'm very excited about that.
And speaking of that, it takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to put yourself out there like this, especially in a show that's going to be seen probably like all of America. So, can you talk about like the decision to say yes and what made you want to be a part of this project?
Definitely, yeah. So they reached out to me summer of 2021, and I had been feeling after a year plus of COVID that I really wanted to do something that would make me feel adventurous and excited, and so I said yes. And honestly, I said yes not fully knowing what I was getting myself involved in, but I think that's made it all the more special.
And reality dating shows are very, very heteronormative, I'm sure you know. So what does it say about this project that 2 of the 4 leads are queer, and how cool is it to be a part of an inclusive project like that where, our stories get told?
Yeah, I love that our stories are being told, and I really love that it really talks about the universal experience of love. Like, being queer is really about trying to connect with community and live your authentic life. And that includes finding love. It includes being who you are. And this show, I think, highlights that a lot of our experiences are actually quite universal.
Do you believe in Icks?
In Icks? I don't get it.
Ick.
Icks? I don't know what...
Like dating Icks, like, you never heard of that?
No, like a red flag?
Kinda. Okay, what are some of your red flags in dating then?
What are some of my red flags in dating? To be honest, I'm like really bad at limiting people. When I love someone, I like fall head over heels and I avoid all of the red flags. My motto is there's no such thing as a deal breaker in love, for better or for worse.
And like an ick is like some people say like, oh, I saw them with their they ran funny, and so that gave them the ick.
Okay. Yeah, I have one. If you pick your nose.
That's funny. And so you got to travel the country, getting to look for love. How was it different than New York? And like, did you prefer one or the other?
It was definitely different than New York. We were only in a city for a week, so at first I thought it meant that like dating pace was going to be slower because we weren't in New York anymore. But for me, it actually meant that I had to move a lot quicker to try and forge a connection. And so for me, I just found out that like being where I'm comfortable and at home is going to be where I find love probably.
And it's Pride Month right now. What are some things that you wish you want to see more of during Pride Month, and some things that you could want to see less of?
I want to see a lot more queer people. I want to see a Pride of so many dimensions. I don't want to just see gay people. I want to see LGBTQ++ community on display in all their iterations. And I want to see less hate.
How does it feel to be here that the show, and now that the show's about to be put out in the world and people are about to see it, how excited are you?
I'm super excited. We filmed this a long time ago, so it's cool to see it come to life. And it's been a high I've never experienced before, so I'm excited.
Love that. And I'm sure it takes a lot of bravery and vulnerability to put yourself out there in the world, especially since this is a show that's going to be seen by a lot of people. Max is a big platform. So can you talk about the decision to say yes and what made you want to take a part of it? And do you have any apprehensions about, putting all your business out there?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm missing like a risk chip in my brain, and so I often dive into situations that make no sense to a lot of people, and I deal with the consequences later. And this is one of them. I'm like, I don't really know what the consequences are yet. I'm kind of finding that out little by little, and I'm excited by it. I'm thrilled by it. It's part of my personality, and I'm really excited to see what the unknown territories are. This is a super once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I've learned so much from it already. I've made these like amazing friends. I met all these cool suitors around America, and yeah, I'm here for it.
Why not, right?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
And so 3 of the 4 leads are people of color, and 2 of the 4 leads are queer people. So what was it like to be a part of like such an inclusive project? Because as you know, like reality dating TV show can be very, very wide, very heteronormative. But what's it like to be a part of a project where so many different stories get told?
Well, thankfully, I am a creative in New York, so I have a lot of very close queer, trans friends, and I feel that I have gotten I'm almost in my own little bubble with them, knowing their stories and everything, hearing them constantly, so I feel like sometimes I need a reminder that the rest of the world doesn't have access to these like beautiful stories, these beautiful minds, and it's about damn time.
Do you believe in Icks?
The ick?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I have the ick once a day, for some reason or another.
What are some of your random dating Icks?
A random dating ick. I don't know. That's a great question. A random dating ick. Give me a minute, because I'm gonna come up.
I can't stand when people like chew too loud or.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great question. Let me think of one.
What are some green flags for you then?
Green flags for me are just someone who's super energetic and curious and open-minded. And if I could say something like a little off color or a little offbeat and they're unfazed by it or amused by it, then absolutely green flag.
Oh, that's fun. Gotta have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So did you find out it's about those Icks?
Oh, yeah. An ick would be when somebody underestimates me based on my appearance.
And you got to travel the country. How cool was it getting to experience that and versus New York City? And do you prefer either or?
I really love dating in New York City. I find that it's endless possibilities. I'm constantly meeting new people, different characters, the weird, the rebellious, the crazy, the kooky, and I love it. I love when I meet someone who is unlike anyone else I've ever met before. Dating around the country, I still experience that a little bit, and it was really cool to see people so closely together. The Date Zeros was really a fun experience for me to see like the different personalities next to each other. So, I love dating. I love dating and I love talking about relationships, so I'm here for all of it, no matter where it is.